friends, happy Valentine's Day and happy 1-year anniversary to me and Kristin. It's been a hell of a ride this last year, but one important message that we both learned was that by staying true to ourselves, we found the one person that we were really meant for. And I know it's hard, but I really hope that you do the same. So, one really big bridge that we crossed this year was introducing each other to our families. Now, since I've only dated men before, this was kind of a big bridge for both of us. I wanted to bring Kristin home for a family sing-along that we have every year at Christmas. It's this huge gathering with all my family and friends, and it was a big deal for her to be a part of it. Now, since none of my family knew that I was actually dating a girl, I had to bridge this gap before I brought her home in order for us both to be more comfortable. So what I did was I sent an email blast to my entire family that included a few key details that might help you come out to your families too. I started off by telling my family, hey, I'm dating a girl now. This might catch you off guard, but to let you know more, I'm actually a pansexual. Growing up in a small town, it's kind of hard to come out about these things, but here's a link that describes what pansexuality is so you understand it a little bit more. Then I went on to say, in other breaking news, Kristin's actually a transsexual. You don't want to hit them with everything at once, but you kind of do. I told them that Kristin's progression is one that's quite far along. I didn't want them to see her as a guy, like just a cross-dresser. I wanted them to see her as a woman who was going through a transition. I included one of her timelines, which many of you probably have, that showed she was actually really far along and she was quite beautiful. Next up, I wanted to give them further perspective from her point of view, so I shared a link to her blog. Now, many of you might not have a blog, but you can share other people's blogs or even industry blogs that might help them learn a little bit more about transgendered people. Now I wanted to tell them more about the reasons that I fell in love with her and why they would love her too. I gave them more personal details about who Kristin was as a person. I wanted to also give them positive media exposure, and luckily Laura Gable came out in the last year, and so did Lana Wachowski, so I included links to the media coverage on that. Now, I ended it by saying I was 100% comfortable with any questions, which you should be because they might have questions, and you want to be open and honest so everyone feels really comfortable at this situation. Lastly, I asked how they felt. It's important to get that kind of feedback. That way, everyone's on the same playing field, and we all are open with each other. Now, luckily for me, most of my family is very liberal and very educated, so I felt pretty comfortable that their answers would be positive. I didn't really expect my one cousin to email me back and say, Kelsey, this is awesome. It was a great feeling. My other cousin emailed me back and said, you know what, I am surprised, but more importantly, I'm so happy that you share this information with me and you felt comfortable to do it. I have a pretty big family, and needless to say, they all had pretty similar responses. So just being confident in yourself and your family and your loved one, being open with the situation really makes everyone more comfortable. It's better than shocking them all at once and just showing up with that person. It gives them some time to absorb the information and maybe respond to you. And it just makes everyone feel more like a family unit again, like they're there to support you. I honestly didn't get any negative feedback from anyone on either side of my family, and this email I think had a lot to do with it. I let them absorb it, think about it, and remember that they love me and they know that anyone that I choose is lovable too. So good luck with any of your coming outs, but know that the person you love for a reason, and your family will love them too. Once again, happy Valentine's Day. Till next time.